Welcome, everyone, to a new interview brought to you by the Arrowhead Center at NMSU. And I would like to welcome our guest today, Lisa Mae from WonderWomanTech.com. Thank you for joining me today, Lisa Mae.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to talk to you. Now, let's start with the obvious question. Tell us about Wonder Woman Tech and the work that you were doing.
Fantastic. Well, I'm the CEO and founder of Wonder Woman Tech. We are an ecosystem that highlights, celebrates, and educates women and the underrepresented across STEAM industries. For those of you that don't know what STEAM stands for, it's science, technology, engineering, the arts, and mathematics. So, we build conferences and events all over the world. We do programs like hackathons, workshops, leadership development. And what I'm really excited about moving forward is that in 2018, we're going to be offering our first global summit in Washington, D.C. So I'm just super stoked with what we're building with Wonder Woman Tech and how we're able to ignite future innovators and highlight the women and people of color and LGBT and those that have felt underrepresented in these communities to be able to do some fantastic things as change makers and gain, experience, tools, and resources to move forward in their careers.
So what is your role specifically within Wonder Woman Tech?
Well, as founder, I'm pretty much doing everything. This is 3 years in the making. I've been bootstrapping this vision. Unfortunately, along the way, I've been able to build some fantastic partnerships with governments, Fortune 500 companies, and nonprofits, universities, schools, to really just build this platform. And this year we went global for the first time. So I'm just really instrumental in solidifying those partnerships, strategizing, how we're going to move forward to meet our goals, to truly provide diversity and inclusion initiatives and really cool experiences for people to enjoy in our conferences. So I'm pretty much a Jill of all trades and the visionary behind the whole, vision.
I was just about to say, it sounds like you do wear quite a few hats and you have quite a few different skills. How did you pick them up? Let's go back in time a little bit. What was your professional journey getting to this point?
Well, I think it's been a very interesting journey. It's not been linear. So, looking back and especially, being here and speaking at the conference later on, I've had to take some time to reflect on my journey and look at how all of the very significant moments of my life have led me to this moment, to creating Wonder Woman Tech and all of the things that I've created before. I've had to look at, how has my experience growing up in a small town like Las Cruces, New Mexico, has lent itself to, my future, entrepreneurship. And, I started out knowing that I wanted to change the world. That was like the sort of seed that was rooted in me. So I went from there to kind of figure out what is it that I'm going to do in the world. And I thought I wanted to be a writer, so I dabbled there. Given my history with, my childhood and having a challenging childhood, I thought I wanted to be a psychologist. And so I went to school to study psychology, and I landed in working with a psychiatrist in the Bay Area, and becoming an office manager and learning all of these different skills, from medical billing to sort of acting like a counselor on the side when my boss wasn't around and patients would call me. So just really developing these human relation skills, what I would later call social innovation, thinking about, the challenges that people face in general, whether it's individual or collective. I just had a passion for wanting to solve these challenges, and it probably comes from being that kid and wanting to have a better life. So, in my career, I've jumped from, being an office manager in psychology to learning skills around marketing, branding. Later, I would move to Los Angeles, and learn about the entertainment industry and media and how to utilize media for social innovation and use it for good, if you will. So my trajectory has been kind of interesting because my passion for wanting to change the world and make a difference and merging that with some, technology initiatives and programs has allowed me to kind of look at industry differently, look at entrepreneurship differently. So that's really how I've kind of learned along the way, is trial and error, um, taking my own internal passions and making that into something, making it a viable opportunity for me to create sustainability and an income and a business model.
Now you've mentioned your passion multiple times, and you come across extremely driven. Where did that passion come from? You've mentioned your childhood a few times, but
Yeah.
have you always been a force for diversity and inclusion? Because it sounds like it.
Yeah, so I am the oldest of five kids, six now, but five growing up. And my parents, born and raised Las Cruces and MSU alumni, they are, my dad is black and my mother is white. So I came from a very mixed background. People weren't always kind growing up. I, was bullied. I've been through the gamut of just understanding what it means to sort of have no in front of you, and you're not going to make it, and you're not good enough, or you don't have enough money, or you don't have enough skills, or you're not pretty enough. I just grew up with these kinds of challenges and understanding that I had to do things differently in order to be accepted, quote unquote. So I think those are some of the building blocks for my passion to want to change what that looks like, being that kid that felt like I had so much to offer because I'm talented and I'm well read and I have all of these gifts that I want to give them, but people are telling me I can't because I'm not, you know, black enough, or I'm not white enough, or I'm not any of these things, but yet I am. It sort of was like trying to figure out, what my place is in the world individually, and knowing that so many other people feel these same kinds of challenges, whether they are women that feel like they're not getting ahead because our male counterparts have all the job opportunities, or economically, we just don't have the money to go get the education we desire, to get the tools we need to have a good career. Those are the kinds of challenges that I'm really passionate about overcoming and creating solutions for.
I'm curious, hearing all of that. When was the first time that you really had a chance to utilize the adversity that you had overcome and the knowledge that you had gained, and pay it forward, like what you are now doing with Wonder Women Tech?
I think, for me, it's kind of been an inherent thing, wanting to give to others, even if I didn't have something myself. As a kid, we didn't have, to use a phrase, two stones to rub together. But if I saw another kid that didn't have lunch, I would give them my sandwich. So this was something that's inherent in me. I would say, as I started doing workshops and programs, I got my first break, if you will, working with ASU, who had some members of their faculty had attended one of my campaigns. I had done a photographic campaign called the I Am Equality campaign, and it was really sort of this project that I just started, zero budget, pure gumption, gathered a bunch of volunteers together and put a photographic campaign that I thought was going to allow a great representation of what individuality looks like, what family looks like, what people look like, what humans look like across the globe. So we launched in 17 cities in 5 countries, and there were some representatives from ASU that saw the project, got involved, really loved what I was doing, and invited me to come to the table with some programs and initiatives, working with our Humanity 101 initiative. And I loved the principles. There were things like forgiveness and kindness, and I could get on board with those things. So how to merge those kinds of principles with activities and workshops, that was a challenge that I was willing to kind of jump into. And that was really where I got to explore professionally and developmentally that I could merge the two worlds together. So that was in 2014 when I got that opportunity to be able to look at that.
It sounds like a wonderful thing to discover, that you can have that in your life and be such a large part of what you do.
Yeah, you could be a change maker and still, do what you love and make a living out of it.
Well, that's just absolutely wonderful. Lisa Mae, it's been a pleasure getting to hear your story. Thank you for sharing it with me. And
Thank you.
before you
Thank you
go,
for having me.
yeah, before you go, where can everyone go to find more information about Wonder Women Tech and the work that you're doing?
Yeah, so my team, we love social media, so we're all over Twitter. Now we're on Instagram. Well, we've been on Instagram, but now we're more active in the community. So you can check us out at Wonder Women Tech. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And also our site has all of our information on all of the conferences and the global summit I mentioned, www.wonderwomentech.com. We have some really cool things lined up and opportunities. We offer, my passion it also is for accessibility. So no matter if you have an ability to attend the conference, we do offer scholarships for each of our events across the world. We'll be in Washington, D.C., January, London in June, and in Long Beach, California in September. And so I really make it a point to create accessibility for veterans even to attend, seniors. We have seniors workshops. So, find out who we are, check us out online, and, there's something for everyone with the work that we're doing.
It's incredible work. You're doing some
Thank
absolutely
you.
great work. So everyone, again, make sure to go and check out wonderwomentech.com for more information. And I'll thank you one more time, Lisa Mae. Have a good one.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks as always for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more interviews with entrepreneurs. And visit arrowheadcenter.nmsu.edu to learn how New Mexico State University can help you launch your business.